In a world where youth often dominates the spotlight, there's something profoundly captivating about the stars who defy the passage of time. These enduring legends, still shining brightly, remind us that greatness knows no age. From silver screen icons to musical maestros and stage legends, their stories are as timeless as their talent. Join us as we explore the lives of the oldest stars who continue to dazzle and inspire, proving that true stardom grows richer with age. Clint Eastwood, a Hollywood legend. The narrative of Clint Eastwood is akin to a traditional Hollywood one of grit and will. He began his career in the 1950s in little roles and tiny parts, but he truly became well known when he earned the character of Rowdy Yates on Rawhide. Still, his performance of the man with no name in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy truly launched him. Along with helping to define his tough guy persona, those spaghetti westerns made him a household celebrity. By the 1970s, Eastwood was developing a new sort of rugged hero with Dirty Harry Callahan. With his strict standards and no-nonsense approach, his persona grew legendary and inspired several other films and TV series. Eastwood, however, moved beyond front-of-camera positioning. He trailed behind it as well, and boy, did he leave a mark. Mystic River brought him much more critical praise. His direction of Unforgiven won him an Academy Award for Best Picture and Best Director. Eastwood is not slowing down even into his 80s. Showing he still has the chops, he directed and acted in Cry Macho in 2021. He also has Juror #2, a courtroom suspenseful drama scheduled. Seeing someone with such a long and varied career remain actively influencing Hollywood is amazing. Clint Eastwood significantly influences the movie business. From creating unforgettable westerns and tragedies to establishing the archetypal tough guy hero, his work has had a lasting effect. He is a pathfinder whose legacy will be felt for years to come, not only a legend. Angela Lansbury, a timeless talent. Angela Lansbury's career has been simply remarkable. First stunning viewers with her 1944 Gaslight picture debut, she was nominated for an Academy Award at just 19. Still, her performance as Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote really helped her become well known. Thanks to her keen wit and investigative prowess, she became one of the most loved characters on television for 12 seasons. Lansbury has been brilliant even in more recent years. Her performances in Blithe Spirit and Driving Miss Daisy and revivals on stage have demonstrated that her brilliance is still as vivid as it was years ago. Working to assist many charities and artistic groups, Lansbury has also been a great supporter of the arts. She greatly influences theater as well as television. Lansbury's flawless ability to move from stage to film and back again has established a benchmark for performance arts flexibility and commitment. Her work still has a significant impact on the business and motivates many performers. Julie Andrews, an enduring star. Julie Andrews is one of those icons whose brightness seems to last a lifetime. First, she won people over with her portrayal of Maria in The Sound of Music, then enchanted them as Mary Poppins. These roles cemented her career and confirmed her place in movie history. Her voice and charm started to define conventional family entertainment. Recent years have seen Andrews keep active, working on initiatives including narrating the Disney Family Sing-Along and supporting various charitable events. She has also been a champion of literacy and education, using her platform to highlight problems close to her heart. In film and theater, Julie Andrews left a huge legacy. Her performances have profoundly changed both. Next generations of artists and supporters still feel her influence. Since genuine stars never really fade, she is still a timeless symbol of grace and talent. Betty White, a beloved icon. Over 7 decades of profession have passed, and Betty White has been a cherished person all along. White became well known from her breakthrough performance on The Mary Tyler Moore Show to her legendary depiction of Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls, thanks to her comic timing and charisma. She was among TV's most beloved stars as she could infuse her parts with warmth and comedy. White worked even as she became older. She delivered unforgettable performances on shows including Hot in Cleveland and The Middle, and her contagious attitude never faded. Her influence on television is enormous. She inspired many and was a pathfinder for women in comedy. White has influence outside of her cinematic work. She has received many honors, and colleagues as well as fans still honor her legacy. Betty White's extraordinary brilliance and ongoing appeal are demonstrated by her capacity to be current and beloved into her 90s. Tony Bennett, a voice for the ages. Tony Bennett's career is a classic narrative of pop and jazz brilliance. His career began in the early 1950s with singles like Because of You and Rags to Riches. Bennett's timeless approach and silky voice have made him a beloved person over the decades. Having won several Grammy Awards and even an MTV Video Music Award, he clearly appeals to a range of listeners. Tony Bennett's performances have lately stayed as riveting as ever. For the hugely popular Cheek to Cheek album, he linked up with Lady Gaga to demonstrate his versatility and ability to work with others while yet honoring his background. His last shows, notably a poignant farewell concert at Radio City Music Hall, were praised for their emotional depth and pure delight they offered to his audience. Bennett has had quite an impact on mainstream music and jazz. By bringing fresh listeners to vintage standards, he helped close the distance between traditional jazz and modern pop. Many musicians have been motivated by his commitment to upholding great creative standards, which also guarantees that his work will remain relevant even as tastes change. Bob Dylan, the voice of a generation. The influence Bob Dylan has had on music and culture is practically unmatched. Dylan has been leading front stage in folk, rock, and beyond since his early 1960s debut. Songs like Blowin' in the Wind and Like a Rolling Stone became anthems of social change, catching the attitude of a generation. Dylan's art still connects today. Critics have praised his most recent albums, including Rough and Rowdy Ways, 2020, demonstrating that his creative energy and lyrical ability are still as strong as they were years before. Dylan's continuing impact is demonstrated by his capacity to reimagine himself in line with his artistic vision. Culturally, Dylan has been a potent force influencing not only music but also the larger terrain of social and political philosophy. By means of his developing body of work, he consistently challenges and inspires, so establishing himself as among the most powerful artists of all time. Paul McCartney, from Beatle to solo star. From one of the Fab Four to a solo powerhouse, Paul McCartney's career has been an incredible trip. From Hey Jude to Let It Be, he helped produce some of the most legendary tunes in music history with the Beatles. The band's popularity was much influenced by his gift for creating catchy tunes and intelligent lyrics. Hits like Live and Let Die and Band on the Run helped solo artist McCartney keep shining. His most recent tours, including his Freshen Up tour, have been rather successful, drawing large numbers of people and demonstrating his ongoing appeal. Working with Kanye West and Rihanna, among others, demonstrates his ability to remain current while honoring his artistic heritage. For rock and pop culture, McCartney has had a tremendous impact. His creative output as a solo artist and with the Beatles has molded contemporary music and still inspires next generations of artists. His career is evidence of the ongoing potency of excellent music and artistic development. Willie Nelson, country music's icon. Because of his distinctive vocals and superb composition, country music listeners regard Willie Nelson as an icon. 1950s saw him pen singles for Patsy Cline and Farron Young, including Crazy and Hello Walls. Released in 1975, his album Red-Headed Stranger marked a sea change in his career. It solidified his position in country music with its own blend of profound feeling and original narrative approach. For a long period, country music has included Nelson in great significance. His present tours and new albums, including The First Rose of Spring, 2020, keep listeners engaged and demonstrate that his skill has not deteriorated with age. His work to modify legislation on cannabis and his participation in numerous philanthropic activities attest to his dedication to social issues. Country music saw great transformation from Willie Nelson. He has developed the genre what it is now, with his unique approach combining jazz, blues, folk, and classic country. Nelson affected several spheres of life, not only music. He was, for instance, a culture icon and an advocate. Not only country music, but he shapes all aspects of American society. Christopher Lee, a multifaceted, talent-renowned actor and singer. Christopher Lee was well known for his strong performances and wide spectrum of roles. Playing Count Dracula in the 1958 film Horror of Dracula made him well known. His career then started off brilliantly. Lee has appeared in many films, including Star Wars and the venerable roles in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This reveals his great adaptability and dramatic power. Lee has participated in the arts for many years already. When he was 92 years old, he produced a heavy metal record that attests to his ongoing love of music. Even as he aged, his last film roles and musical efforts reveal his great dedication to his job. With his great efforts, Christopher Lee had a lasting impression on music as well as movies. He is a special and significant figure in the arts, since he can do several roles, and his sudden turn into heavy metal music is unexpected. For many kinds of art and generations of creators, Lee had a major influence. He is hence a real creative hero. Mel Brooks, a comedy genius. Mel Brooks is a name that means comedy genius. The groundbreaking work he did on Your Show of Shows was the start of a long line of great films, such as The Producers, Blazing Saddles, and Young Frankenstein. His unique mix of humor, slapstick, and irreverence changed the way comedy was done and will continue to do so for a long time. In the past few years, Brooks hasn't slowed down. Mel Brooks, Make a Noise, a documentary about his life and career, is one of his most recent projects. He has also been involved in other projects that show how he continues to affect comedy. Even though he is old, Brooks is still a major force in entertainment, making new people laugh and think. Mel Brooks left a huge mark on films and entertainment in general. Many filmmakers and comedians have been moved by the creative way he does comedy. His work is both entertaining and thought-provoking because he can mix humor with social criticism. His impact will be felt for many years to come. Judy Collins, a folk music legend. In the field of folk and acoustic music, Judy Collins is a legendary figure. Her breakout album, A Maid of Constant Sorrow, first drew popular interest in the 1960s, and her moving hit, Both Sides Now, soon became a classic. Rich in depth and passion, her voice established her as a unique ability of her time and connected strongly with both audiences and critics. Collins shines even decades after. She is actively releasing fresh music and proving that her talent and enthusiasm are still as strong as they were years ago. Her latest works show her ongoing dedication to her work and her capacity to relate to audiences of all generations. Beyond her artistic prowess, Collins has made major contributions towards mental health awareness. Reflecting her commitment to issues outside of her music, she has used her platform to spread awareness and provide help to others with mental health problems. Her lobbying activities and great impact on folk music have helped to confirm her value in the business. Carly Simon, a singer-songwriter icon. Early in the 1970s, Carly Simon had her big break into the music scene with the release of her name-bearing debut album. The music business rapidly noticed her unique voice and captivating songs. Her amazing performance over her lifetime was due in great part to her ability to mix personal tales with worldwide appeal. Her skill was evident in songs like You're So Vain and Nobody Does It Better. Simon's unique approach and poetic genius attracted a devoted following as well as general recognition. Simon's importance is still very much felt even several decades later. Her most recent work, including the CD Never Been Gone and her memoir Touched by the Sun, shows her ongoing ability and flexibility in response to evolving conditions. Unlike Touched by the Sun, which offers a contemplative look at her life and work, Never Been Gone is evidence of her continuous musical invention. Simon is a person who will be in the company for a long time to come because of her capacity to handle both personal and more general subjects in her songs. Longtime supporters as well as new listeners find resonance in her efforts, which is proof of her impact and relevance in the continually changing and very dynamic music business. Al Pacino, a legendary actor. Al Pacino is among Hollywood's most esteemed performers since his career is a remarkable tribute to his great talent and adaptability. With his legendary performance of Michael Corleone in The Godfather, he initially attracted viewers everywhere. With its mix of passion and nuance, this part prepared Pacino for a run of unforgettable performances that distinguished him as a master of his trade. Following this triumph, Pacino assumed a variety of dynamic parts highlighting his amazing range. His performance in Scent of a Woman won him an Academy Award, therefore confirming his position in cinematic history. His portrayal of Tony Montana in Scarface became legendary for its sheer power and depth. These parts underlined his capacity to portray complicated feelings and give his characters great realism. Pacino is still a powerful force in the movie business even as the years pass. Recent initiatives include the TV series Hunters and The Irishman, in which he reconnected with fellow icons Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese, highlight his capacity to be contemporary and engaging. His performances in these pieces reveal his continuous commitment to his trade and his skill in giving his roles subtle complexity. Pacino's ongoing presence and dedication to his work support his reputation as a real icon. Audiences are still enthralled and inspired by his legacy, since it shows how profoundly and permanently his influence on film and performance is felt. Robert Redford, an iconic actor and filmmaker, with both legendary performances and major behind-the-scenes contributions, Robert Redford's career is an amazing trip across the realm of movies. With films like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and The Sting, where his charismatic presence and adaptability as an actor rapidly caught the public's imagination, he first created waves. Establishing him as one of Hollywood's top men, these films highlighted his charisma, range, and screen command abilities. Still, Redford's abilities go much beyond performance. Having debuted Ordinary People, which won an Academy Award and highlighted his extraordinary ability behind the camera, he is also a talented director and producer. Apart from positive reviews, the movie proved Redford's capacity to address difficult subjects and create gripping narratives. Redford has kept surprising viewers with his performances in films like The Old Man and The Gun, demonstrating that his star power is still strong even as he has aged. His still resonant performances highlight his depth and ongoing appeal as an actor. Through the Sundance Institute, Redford has had a major influence on the film business in addition to his on-screen efforts. Originally established to assist independent producers, the Institute has been instrumental in developing fresh talent and advancing creative narrative. Redford's commitment to independent films has helped him to become a real industry legend. His contributions, in front of and behind the camera, have guaranteed his status as a timeless movie icon. Liza Minnelli, a Broadway and film star. Liza Minnelli has had an absolutely brilliant career. Her remarkable performance in Cabaret, which earned her an Academy Award and solidly established her as a tremendous performer, originally brought her front stage attention. Her performance of Sally Bowles highlighted not only her extraordinary acting ability, but also her dynamic stage presence and great vocals range. This early victory helped to define a career full of remarkable successes. Renowned for her explosive Broadway performances, Minnelli has enthralled audiences with her capacity to vividly and deeply bring characters to life. Her on-stage performance, particularly in shows like Flora the Red Menace and The Rink, has won her praise and a devoted fan base. Her dramatic flair and singing ability have combined to make her a beloved person in entertainment. Minnelli keeps active in the business, even as the years pass. Her ongoing talent and charm are shown by recent performances and appearances, therefore demonstrating that her star power is as strong as it has always been. Her great adaptability sets a high benchmark for actors, so impacting theater as well as movies. Minnelli's vivid stage presence and ability to really grasp the core of her roles have cemented her importance in the hearts of supporters all around. Her career indicates her ongoing influence and her reputation as a real show business star. Remarkable contributions to theater and movies define Liza Minnelli's legacy and help her to be a legendary person in entertainment history. And there you have it, some of the oldest stars still shining bright. If you enjoyed this look at timeless icons, don't forget to click on the video popping up on your screen. Like and subscribe for more amazing content.